What's up, guys? It's Ace Trainer Josh here, and I have my first GBA UU League Week 1 match with my live commentating. I couldn't do a live battle because, let's face it, it would take too long. It would be a long recording, and I just don't have the equipment for that. So anyways, looking at my opponent's team, it looks pretty defensive, but it can be defensive, but it can also be offensive. He had a Clefairy, he had a Blastoise, the only really full-out offensive Pokemon he seemed to have was your Omega. I wasn't sure if it was Speed Boost or Tinted Lens, because let's face it, they're both really good abilities. And let me just adjust my DS right there. And my team was bringing a full-out offense. The only thing that really isn't offensive is my Cresselia. And maybe my S-Max, it's a dual screener of light screen, but it has no investment in special defense and defense. So I wouldn't really consider it a really full-out defensive mon. And my Nidoqueen, I guess Nidoqueen has really good base stats when it comes to defense. Now anyways, without further ado, let's just get the battle going. Now I'm actually going to lead off with my Tyranitar, just wanting to get any good damage or anything. If you let it with rolling heat, I can head smash it. And he actually leads with Mesprit. And I think he wants to stand, so I go for Ice Flame, predicting he would go to the Gligar. And he actually stays in, and I regret my decision until this happens. Yeah, freeze. I'm like, oh my god, this isn't good for the I felt really bad for his opponent, for the opponent. I felt bad for him. Right off the bat, he just gets frozen. It was horrible. Anyways, I'm trying to take advantage of this, so of the freeze, if you could stay frozen long enough. So I go to my Cobalance, and I want to see if I can try to set enough Swords Dance so I can just sweep him, considering he doesn't have any Twitch Scarf. Scarf is what you find out later on that he will have some Twitch Scarfers. Anyway, I'm going to go for Swords Dance. I'm going to go with +2 in attack. And I'm going to go for Magnemite here, predicting for him to go for Earthquake. Because he can't Toxic me. He can knock off me, which he's actually going to do right here. I was quite surprised at the time. And it actually gives me a boost in attack. I lose my Citrus Berry, which didn't really matter. Later on, as you'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go for Iron Head to see how much damage. And this is +3. And that might have done 50%. I don't even know if it did. But anyways, like I was thinking here, there was nothing he could do, so I'm actually going to click on Close Combat for predicting him to switch, and he actually does go for U-turn. So I was right. So I wasn't sure what he was going to go into, but something I thought, at the time, I thought nobody's going to take a +3 Close Combat. It's full, I'm adamant. Anyways, like, I hit it, and he lives on like a slightest bit of HP. I couldn't believe it at the time. I really couldn't. And I was like, okay, maybe he's got Scarf, and I find out he was Scarf. And there's absolutely no way in hell I am living in overheat. So that's Cobaline down. Cobaline didn't get a kill, even though he deserved it more than any other Pokemon in my team. At the time, I was pretty disappointed too, because he was so majestic and I love him. Anyways, I go into Chesapeake, my Nidoqueen, because I can get a free Stealth Rock here. Now that I know he's Scarf, he's Overheat, and his special attack is shit. So I go for Stealth Rock, because I know he can't touch me. He was either going to switch or stay in. He actually stays in. He keeps going for Overheat. I don't know why. It wasn't going to do any damage. I wasn't Black Strike. I was Life Orb. That way I can have a boost in special attack. He probably just didn't want anymore, but if I were him, I would have kept it because Scarf Overheat is a pretty good thing to have. Anyways, I go for Sludge Wave, and the Rotom Heat dies. And now we're back to 5-5. He goes into his Koopa, the Mega Blastoise, and I think it was quite scary because Mega Blastoise is quite bulky on the defensive side. You actually find out later on what I mean. I go to my Kawaii Mizu, and Coco, if you're watching this, I'll name it Kawaii Kaku in my next match, if I do use it. Anyways, I send out my Kawaii Mizu, because I think he can get any hits. I also go for Dark Pulse, which he didn't get Dark Pulse, he wants to Scald. I don't get burned, so I go for Light. Yeah, he actually switches. I didn't think he would switch, I was going to sack my S-Gun right there, actually. But you'll find out that later on that I actually was a hit with the Light Screen up. Anyways, I go for Light Screen. He goes to his Clefairy. And I was afraid this thing setting up Cosmic Powers because earlier that day on Showdown I actually saw somebody get swept by a Seismic Toss Cosmic Powers for certain. So I was actually scared of this thing at the time. He goes for a Reflect. I didn't really understand. Maybe he thought I was going to switch into a full-out physical attacker like my Tyranitar, but no, I wasn't planning to. Chest Skills are definitely going to spray. He goes into his Koopa, and I go for Sludge Wave, and you'll see what I mean by defenses right now. I go for Sludge Wave, and he takes it really well. I am sure for his Life Orb, Stab, and everything. That took it pretty well. I thought it was going to kill it at the time. I go to my Kawaii Mizu again because I think I can take a skull. I do not want my Nidoking to take a hit because I thought it was my win condition at the time. I felt like I couldn't really do it once it was team, and I felt like he was gonna stay in this time, so I go for Psychic and I actually killed him with Blastoise. It's quite cool. Now he goes into his Frozen Mesprit, and I didn't understand. I guess he was really hoping that he would get unfrosted here, which made me figure he was probably scarfed. He actually thaws out. I was kind of hoping I could set up some Calm Mind like a Accelerate and just sweep him. But he thaws out, he goes for U-turn, he gets a free swap, and he gets the momentum. And that's kind of not good for me. He's going to swap into Pinky Winky the Clefairy, and I figured he was probably going to go for the right screen. It was actually a screener, and later on I actually probably figured it wasn't even Eagle Eye, it was probably just light play, which is quite interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to my Chesticle. He goes for light screen, figures, and he doesn't want to stay in because it would probably kill him since he's not even Eagle Light, and Clefairy has terrible base stats without Eagle Light, so he doesn't want to get killed. He's gonna go into his Mesprit, and he's gonna take rocks damage, and if not for the last screen, the Sludge Wave would have definitely killed him. As you see, the Sludge Wave is actually gonna take him all the way down to red. The last screen wears off for me, I believe, and I don't want to stay in. So I go to my character T-Rex, definitely the best nickname. And he goes for Zen Headbutt, and the other thing is actually does quite a bit of damage. I know Tyranitar doesn't have a lot of defense, but still. But I do confirm that it is Twist Scarf right here. I do confirm, and he might have been adding to Twist Scarf. I wasn't sure what his nature was. Anyways, he goes into Gligar. I go for Head Smash. I wasn't sure if this would kill. It actually does kill, but that's all because of a crit. It wouldn't have mattered if it was redundant because it would have died next turn, considering I would have actually hit. He goes into Pinky Winky, and I go for Head Smash right here. This is with a Reflect Up and everything, and he gets absolutely demolished. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, dang. I'm not sure if Reflect is still up actually, I might be wrong, but it was pretty strong. I go for Head Smash again because obviously I'm locked into a damn Twist Guard, and that absolutely demolishes Mesprit too. And now his last Pokemon at this point was his Mega Chopper, and I had to give him the bag. I was like, okay, Tyranitar, just hit a Head Smash and let's go home. But he forgot to put his contacts on. I'm gonna get hit by a Tinted Lens Air Slash to find out, and I get critted too at the end. So the hacks went to him at the too late in the game for him to actually win. I'm sure the crit actually mattered. It might have. I have no idea if it did. I didn't calculate these things. I go to my Face Paint. I'm just gonna go for Ice Shard. Life Orb, Ice Shard, Mega, you don't have a lot of defense. That's game. And that was the end of the game for me. That was my first win. In my other GBA, I hadn't won a single game. But I won the first match against Cursi. He beat me in the other GBA 2-0. So props up to him. I'm sorry for the freeze. I'm sorry for the hacks. It was the crit on the Gligar. It might have actually mattered, but I did miss, and it might have played out later on, but I don't know. I just don't know. He was quite salty about it, and he was quite salty about the freeze, and I have to admit I'd probably be pretty salty too. And I am sorry about the hack. I wish it could have played better. We do rematch again in week 10, maybe week 10, and that will hopefully be non-hacksy and fair and fun. But yeah, that was the end of my GBA match week 1, and I'll see you next time for my next match against Rockin' Pancake, and that will surely be a thriller. I can pretty much guarantee you that. And yeah, leave a like if you want, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a nice day. God bless.